So, there was two words that I don't use regularly. Well, one of them is a phrase, and I thought I would show it to you because you never know whatever's going to show up, right? And so the first one, the phrase is anything goes. So it's like, you know, oh, people just do whatever, anything goes. Doesn't matter what people do. So that's how I signed it. I said any, and then thing is this way, so anything, and then I said happen, so you're like this, and it goes down. I did anything happen, and then I did whatever. It doesn't matter. This is the sign for it doesn't matter, whatever, that kind of thing. So anything, I did it in a bit in a formal way. Anything happens, it doesn't matter. Anything goes. So anything. I do it with two hands just because I don't know. I could do it with one hand, and I probably could. Anything goes. It doesn't matter. Anything goes. It doesn't matter. So you can do it two handed or you can do it one handed. Anything. Anything happen, doesn't matter. And goes, the reason I do it like a plural is because the goes, anything goes. But you could probably do anything happen, it doesn't matter. Anything goes, right? So I don't think that's gonna. I wouldn't be too picky on that point. Like if you just did anything happen, doesn't matter. Anything goes. Anything happen, it doesn't matter. Anything goes. So at least you have a couple of ways to do it, right? And so the second word was boon, and that boon. That's kind of an um, you know, old fashioned word. Um, that you don't use or you don't see it a lot. There's one hymn that I see that word boon, and then I was doing something else. I was interpreting, and there was that word boon. So that word means like to help, or it's an advantage to someone. So it depends on how you would say it. It's a boon to your health. It's helpful to your health. I have a tendency to want to know it's encouraging, because it's something that it's a boon, or this is like uplifting or helpful, right? It's a boon to your health. It's a boon. Your spirit is a boon to another person, or and I think when I was interpreting it was she was a boon to other people. So she was helpful to other people, or she was an encouragement to other people, or she gave them a lift, a boon. I think that those signs would work for that word boon because it means several different things. Helpful, advantageous, and I can't remember now what the other words are. Let me see if I can look it up because I did look it up to make sure that I did all the right words. Yeah, something good, a blessing to someone. So I think that I would probably be uplifting, encouragement, help. Encouragement, I don't know. That's if she was a boon to other people. I would probably use helpful instead of encouragement, or she was uplifting to other people. She was a boon to other people. She was a boon, uplifting. So I would use uplifting or helpful, and I think that would be plenty. I don't think you would need to use any other signs for that. And just pick one, especially if you hear it in a sentence and maybe that person, like, oh, let's say it was at a funeral. They go, oh, she was such a boon. Now, if you knew that person, they were always encouraging or uplifting, you would do uplifting. She was uplifting to other people. But if maybe she was a nurse, you can say he too. I don't know why I said she. So she was such a boon to her patients. She was so helpful to her patients. You see how you might want to use maybe a different sign, but either one. So you could do helpful or an uplifting. Or you might even can do an encouragement. You push people, encourage them to do something. So I think any of those three signs I would probably use helpful or uplifting more than the encouragement. But you might find that you do, especially like, listening to sentences. See how you would use that. Like I said, it's kind of an old fashioned word, but sometimes you still hear it and you never know. You know, it's like, and it's always really good to kind of like study words, and it's really kind of fascinating. You're going, wow, it means that. We've been saying it all this time and it really means this. Like peruse. People think that peruse means to skim. Like, now I want you to peruse the chapter, right? Like if you're in a homework, say, oh, that book, that chapter, just peruse it, right? But that's wrong. That's skimming the chapter. Peruse means to really get down into it and analyze it. It's really a deeper reading, pondering it. I do analytical just because, or a deeper read, or really study it. If someone says peruse it, I would say, oh, really study that chapter. It's going to be on the test. So a lot of people use that word wrong, and I have used it wrong too. But now that I know the difference, peruse is a deeper, in depth reading of something, dissecting it, analyzing it, and skim means to just kind of just look it over, just maybe the first few sentences or just the first sentence of each paragraph or something like that. That's skim. So if you hear that, if they say it like, oh, I want you to peruse the chapter, then you know they're going to, I want you to peruse it. But now if they say, I really want you to peruse that chapter because we're going to have a test on it, then you know that they are saying it perusing, right? Analyzing it or pondering it or studying it. You know, really study that. So, but anyway, and if you get used to doing that, and that way people will understand it. Because if you say just peruse it, or I was perusing the newspaper, which we don't do that anymore. I was just perusing on Facebook, or I was perusing on. They're skimming it. You know, they're just kind of passively. It's a passive look. Passive, passive. You're either passive behavior, passive attitude, or you're passively reading. Peruse, passive. You're just kind of skimming it. Okay, so I think that's enough on the vocabulary word. So enjoy, and I will have it. And of course, when it's up a little while, then you're able to have the closed caption on it. I will see you later. Bye.